please welcome the great Neil deGrasse Tyson! Almost like your show. They're great at you. Yeah, you're so beloved. Thanks for coming on. So great to meet you.
Well, thank you, man. And I as well. I'd never met you before.
Yeah, I met you before. I've watched you for years. I really appreciate it.
By the way, I loved you in the movie Megan.
Oh, thanks so much.
By the way, that terrified me.
Yeah, no,
yes.
Please watch that movie as many times as you can. Yeah, it helps my contract negotiations. I loved your book as well, your new book.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a republishing of Q&As that you got.
Brought into the 21st century.
Brought into the 21st century, and so it's written in terms, the format is kind of short questions, and you kind of give answers, and this was done over the course of the last, 30...
Well, that was done 35 years ago, but I brought it into the 21st century.
Yeah.
My brother illustrated it.
Yes, your brother illustrated
he's an artist.
it. I want to get into that. He
actually went to the High School of Music and Art here in New York City.
There you go.
Yeah.
What a talented family. Art and science.
Yeah.
And what I love about this book is it's almost written like poetry. The science questions, in terms of every page is a distinct.
Yes, thanks for noticing that. Every attempt to reply to people has its own personality and its own flavor.
But it's almost like reading a Bukowski book, because you can just have it on your desk and you flip it open and you get some inspiration from how dumb people are. Right? Like, this was written 35 years ago. Well, I shouldn't say dumb. It's some good questions. How effective would the Hubble Space Telescope be for Earth viewing? Blah blah blah. Houston, Texas. I guess my point, this was written 35 years ago. Have you found the general public's questions to you have gotten dumber or smarter? Where are we trending? Where are we trending?
I see both happening simultaneously.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the smart question is getting smarter and the dumb question is getting dumber. but I don't care. As an educator, you bring the question on.
Okay, so even in science, we're going to the extremes.
Yes, but I'm okay on either side of that fence.
Mathematically, it cancels out.
Yes, they average out to the middle. Look, very good. Yes. Take the average. Take the average. It works out.
I mean, I hate to be. I'm trying to phrase these questions neutrally, but it feels sometimes like when, as an outsider to America, I came here when I was 30, and growing up, I always felt like this was the place for innovation. This is where NASA was. This is where they invented the internet. They invented Apple. This is where oil drillers went to space and blew up an asteroid using nuclear weapons.
That actually happened. Yeah, no.
So for me, America was always the place you go when you're the best at science. And do you feel like the politics is kind of getting in the way of that now? And just do people not want to come here?
Yeah, no. So people can say what they want when they're running for office. What matters is how do you allocate money when the budget gets put out. And I can say, no, we don't have another equation like E equals MC squared. That was good.
Right.
Back in,
no, that was a hit single. That was the hit single. They killed, Einstein killed it with the E equals MC squared.
In 1905. He knocked the all right out of the park.
No, you can.
So, but there's not just science. There's the engineering that flows out of that science. This is the cousin of science that is empowered by science.
Yes.
So you've seen pictures from the James Webb Space Telescope bringing the edge of the universe to the front of your face.
Yes.
Putting it in your backyard.
Yes.
That's been happening. You've seen Elon Musk chopstick a booster out of the sky to reuse later.
Sure.
Okay, we've never seen that before.
Yeah.
We have a rover on Mars the size of an SUV that brought a helicopter with it.
Yes.
Okay? So what are you complaining about?
Wait. No. I'm sorry, doctor. I'm not.
Wait. One more. I got one more. Was it 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? NASA launched the Europa Clipper mission to go orbit Jupiter and dip close to the frozen surface of Jupiter's moon Europa in search for life in that moon.
Yeah. It touched Europa's moon. Yeah, but dude, doctor, what are you trying to tell me?
I'm trying to tell you this stuff is still going down.
Okay, well, it sounds like you're trying to convince me that science is good. I don't disagree. I agree science is good. I'm just asking, in your expert opinion, do you think that the kind of divisive politics we're facing right now is adverse to American innovation and scientific development.
I haven't seen. It can be that, but we have to be very careful. But
you haven't seen evidence of it.
I don't see important evidence of it.
None of this bothers you. None of anything.
No, that's a different question.
You haven't seen anything that bothers you.
That's a different question.
Well, that is the question I'm asking. Does anything bother you in the last, I don't know, maybe year of presidential elections that makes you think that maybe science is in trouble?
So I worry, for example, that people get their science off of random places on the internet, off of clickbait, rather than looking at what this scientific establishment has discovered for us.
Sure.
So you get someone on there and say, the whole establishment is wrong and I'm right, click here. Yeah. That's irresistible.
Yeah, that's what we do on this show all the time. Yeah.
It's irresistible.
It's very effective.
And I'm thinking, no, science doesn't work that way. It works by you get enough observations and data, and if it comes to agreement, that's the new objective truth.
Right.
It's not one lone person that says whatever the hell they want.
Doctor, Doctor, so far, I agree with you that science is good and the internet is stupid. I'm asking, are you worried about where we're headed in terms of, because America is always the leader to me. I know there's CERN and whatever is happening.
Okay,
but I'm saying like America's the leader of science. Are you worried?
Because all of the House of Representatives gets voted on every 2 years, and a third of the Senate, and the president gets voted on every 4 years. Yeah. At any time that I feel depressed, I say, and this too shall pass.
Okay, that's not helpful. Look, that's Buddhism. That's Buddhism.
So? Well, give me some Buddhism
I want you for science, okay? You're the science guy. Buddhism is my thing. You're the science guy. You give the science. Okay. Well, here's. I guess I'll put it more.
Here's what'll happen. Okay, if our science goes bad, okay, and other countries rise up, then we all come together and say, we don't want to be bested by these other countries. And that would be a good reason to come together, rather than targeting enemies within us.
Okay,
right?
that is good, but do you have faith that that will happen? Let me put it this way, because like one thing that was always, what I'm getting at this whole questioning is that the innovation in America seems to me driven a lot by immigrants to America. The immigrants invented the phone.
Yes.
They invented. Einstein was an immigrant. Everyone's an immigrant. So
Elon Musk is an immigrant.
Elon Musk is an immigrant. Right, so maybe that's not great. But I'm just saying, if you have an environment that's kind of saying, hey, country first, let's not have so much immigration that affects science.
1/3 of all Nobel Prizes in the sciences that have gone to Americans have gone to immigrants.
Okay.
1/3.
Okay.
I track that every year.
Great.
So I know that number. Okay. So I've never been spooked by immigrants the way so many other people have.
Are you worried about? Again, we agree. Immigrants are good for science. Are you worried that if you start closing things off,
we will descend and become a shadow of what we once were as a technological power in this country. So it may be, not to make you depressed, it may be we need to sink deeper before people wake up to the consequences of these actions, or the consequences of the inactions when they should have taken action. Like, we may have to sink deeper before we just get slapped in the face and said, oh my gosh, bring the science back.
Okay, that's bad. This is bad. You're describing a dark age right now, which I was hoping would not happen, but I guess I gotta turn to Buddhism to get out of that one. But, right. So.
By the way, I think that's Persian, and this too shall pass.
Buddha will claim it. We'll give that one to Buddha. I'll give that one.
All right.
But like there is like this idea that I feel like anytime I see you explaining something about science in America right now, it's like people just want to argue, like pull you into this culture war.
Yeah.
And you know what? To be fair, I guess if you look at history, scientists have always been pulled into politics and the culture war. But you, as like a kind of front-facing member of the science community trying to educate people, like how do you navigate this
Yeah, it's hard because another thing that's clickbait is he said, she said, he said, you said that. Comment on what they said. No, I'd rather comment on ideas and mission statements of what we can be as a species, as a nation, as a country, as a world. And so I try to avoid it, but sometimes they just drag you into the trenches. And I can fight in the trenches,
But
I can fight, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
So what's the...
I'd kick some ass if I have to.
I know, for sure.
I was
force
undefeated.
Mass times acceleration.
Yes, you got that. Yeah. You got the other equation. That preceded equals MC squared. But no, I was a captain and undefeated of my high school's wrestling team. I kicked some ass. Oh,
damn, all right.
It was 40 pounds ago, but I was still feeling it.
Okay, well, that's exactly what we need right now. We need Neil deGrasse Tyson to beat some assholes.
Cage match.
Yeah. So, like, I guess your advice is to beat the shit out of people. That's. I don't know what can the science community.
No, you can do it with love, by offering them perspectives they had never previously recognized was in front of them. And you say, have you thought about it this way or that way? No, I hadn't thought about it that way. And let's go have a beer.
Yeah, that sounds like every interaction on the internet.
The internet is a cesspool, has become a cesspool. Okay. And I'm very disappointed by that.
So science bad on that one, internet.
Well, there's some good science that happens there. But yeah, as an invention, we all thought we would just be the community town hall, and it's just it's a
cesspool. Get off it. So on a more helpful note, I feel like
Thank you. Have a more helpful note.
Yeah, I'm trying. So far, it's not been a great outlook for the world right now.
Yeah,
but internet sucks, and we're gonna go into a dark age. Is kind of the message of this. I feel like we used to revere scientists a bit more in America, and like I think what we need from scientists right now is like a hit single. Like what you said,
you need another.
Yeah, we need like an E equals MC squared. Like give us something to be like.
Einstein's don't come around all the time.
Well, that's what we need. We need something. Give us something. Give us something.
Einstein was like 200 years, 300 years after Isaac Newton, and they're big, big men on campus.
So what? We got 250 years till the next. What's the? Give us something.
Maybe I don't know.
Give me the equation, something that we can hold on to as a society.
You want an equation?
I want like a hit single. Come on, give us the club beat. Give us the commercial. Something that science is, quantum mechanics, fit something.
Okay.
Computers.
All right. I'll boil it down to one word.
Okay.
Maybe.
Dude. Einstein hated maybe. Einstein hated maybe.
You need a maybe every now and then because you don't know the answer, but you're hopeful for one that will satisfy not only you, but the survival of the species. So
yeah, maybe is kind of depressing. I gotta be honest. That's not the hit single I was hoping for.
No, there are people who are paying attention, I think. People. I got people. No, there's a few. There's a few out there.
Oh, name one person paying attention. I feel like we're just in the
scientific institutions that we have, National Institutes of Health, National Academy of Sciences, academia. I know, right? I get that. But leaders come and go. The scientists are there for their careers. Okay? In the end, they is who will triumph.
Okay, I hope so.
You need a laxative or something? What do you feel?
I do. I actually do. Do you know the chemical formula for laxative? What is it? Okay, I'm gonna ask you a few questions from the internet right now.
Okay.
And in the spirit of your book, and if you can answer them,
bring it on.
Here's a friendly internet Q&A. Okay. Our first question comes from Twitter. Can wind turbines cause cancer? This is from President Trump. Okay, science man, science.
That would be no.
Okay. Are you sure about that? Is that maybe? Is that like a maybe?
It's not. No, that's not just a no. That's a no. You got to get down and deep on that one.
That's a solid no. E equals MC
yeah,
no.
Of all the things you want to worry about cancer,
yeah.
this should be last on that list, not even on the list at all.
Not on the list at all. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. Our second question is also comes from Twitter. Why can't we drink raw milk? This is from RFK, incoming president of health.
Okay, has he ever seen microbes that could be thriving in raw milk under a microscope?
Know if this guy's seen any. This guy.
Yeah. If you, somebody should invite him to see what's going on there under a microscope. Okay. He might feel differently.
So what's your answer? Can we drink raw milk or not? Can we just unambiguously?
Oh, you can drink anything that's liquid. It's just whether you care, whether you die or get sick at the end.
Sorry.
Yes, you can drink anything.
No, don't say that to the idiots.
Oh, sorry.
This is on the idiots are watching. Stop! Don't say that. Do not.
You could drink bleach. You could drink any of this. You will die. Okay? I'm just saying. If you want an esophagus when you're done, don't drink bleach. Okay.
I feel like we're going from chemistry to Darwinism right now.
Well, there's the Darwin Award. You know what the Darwin Award is?
I do know what I do know what it is. Yeah.
Yes, it's people
who drink bleach.
No, people do something completely stupid that kills themselves before they have children.
Yes.
So that they're removed from the gene pool.
Yeah.
It's a culling of the herd.
Don't applaud that. Let's applaud that in our heads for legal reasons. We can't applaud. Okay.
Publicly.
Okay, I got two more for you.
Two more for me. Go.
Two more. Okay. Is there a pill that can reverse the effects of the COVID-19 vaccine? This is from nominee for FBI Director Kash Patel.
Wow, a pill that will remove the
reverse the effects of the COVID-19 vaccine.
Reverse the vaccine. Yeah. Like, why would you want to do that?
Dude, hey man, I'm just asking the questions here.
You do that so that you can die from the virus.
Look, this is
it's a free country. If that's what they want to do, I don't know that we can stop them.
No, but is there a pill? Is the answer to science?
I don't. Okay. If such a pill exists, I know nothing of it.
So it might exist. It might exist.
That's not what I said.
Yeah, that's kind of what you said. That's kind of what you said, man. Okay, last one here.
Give me one more here.
All right. Also from the internet, can the government manipulate the weather with Jewish space lasers? This is from anonymous congresswoman. Dude. This is more in your realm, astrophysics. This is. What are the physics of Jewish space lasers? Does the star focus the thing in?
Okay.
The prism of.
A laser will function as lasers do, no matter the religion of who invokes it.
You know, the more you speak, the more it's like you're more like a Buddhist, like Zen Master Cohen than scientist here.
I'm just saying, when you turn on a laser, the religion of the person, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
that's A.
Okay,
B, to worry that a space laser could affect the weather while we are simultaneously pumping CO2 into the atmosphere, possibly irreversibly changing the weather, seems to me to be a completely misguided, misprioritized sense of the world.
Okay,
But the answer is no.
The answer is no.
No, not a maybe no.
Just say that to the,
No.
Okay.
No. No.
All right. Okay. Well, look, you can follow. You can get his book. But really, I mean, what a treasure that we have. We're alive around when Dr. Tyson is here to educate us. Hey, Merlin's Tour of the Universe is available now. Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson.